Welcome back to the deep dive. You know that feeling, right? Someone asks about your favorite food, and bam, it's like a whole slideshow starts in your head. Memories, smells, how it feels.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what we're getting into today.
Yeah, we've gathered a bunch of sources,
Yeah.
but we're not looking at recipes. We're focusing on the words people use,
Yeah.
the surprising details, the emotions tied up in it all,
Hmm.
that passion when someone talks about a meal they just love.
Right. And our goal here isn't just to list off foods people like or dislike. We want to pull out the really useful stuff for you.
Okay.
Things like, why certain foods become so important culturally, how you can actually describe those tastes and smells better, and what that language choice reveals about the person.
So less about cooking, more about, well, the psychology of eating, maybe,
Yep.
and the words we use.
Exactly. Culinary linguistics, you could almost call it.
Okay, so let's set the stage. Who are we talking about? We've got two main examples anchoring this. First up is Sarah, her absolute favorite, pasta.
Class.
Specifically, spaghetti, tomato sauce, cheese. And her description is, initially, pretty straightforward, simple but delicious.
Yeah, simple but delicious. It sounds basic, maybe, but when you dig into it, that word simple is actually quite loaded.
How so?
Well, think about it. It suggests comfort, right? Reliability, something easy but deeply satisfying. It's like she's saying the value isn't in fancy techniques, it's in the core thing itself.
Okay, so simplicity is a compliment here. It speaks to, like, the emotional payoff.
Exactly. And then, on the other hand, you've got Daniel.
Right, Daniel, his pick. Grilled chicken. Very specific.
Very. And unlike Sarah's simple, Daniel immediately goes sensory. He's all about the details you can taste and smell.
Yeah, he talks about the smoky smell, needing it to be juicy, and this seems key. That crispy skin, it's non-negotiable.
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting to me is, for him, it sounds like the way it's cooked is the dish. You can't just say chicken.
Precisely. And that level of detail, that's crucial if you really want to communicate what you like. It's like the difference between saying, I like coffee.
And saying, I need that dark roast, pour over specific beans kind of thing.
Exactly. Daniel's showing us that loving grilled chicken isn't just about, liking chicken. It's about appreciating a specific result. Fire, fat, texture, all done right.
Okay, let's dig deeper into that preparation aspect,
Mhm.
because the sources are full of these little personal touches, these rituals.
Yeah, there.
Sarah, when she talks about making pasta at home, she actually lays out her routine. Boiling the pasta, sure, but then adding olive oil, garlic, a little spice. It's very specific, like a little dance she does.
And that little dance, that choreography, that explains the delicious part, doesn't it?
Right.
You realize she's not just talking about any old pasta with sauce from a jar. She's talking about her version, the one flavored her way, by her.
Okay. So the insight for you, listening, is maybe when you describe your favorite food, mention that personal twist. The thing you do, or the way you like it made.
Yes. It's almost never about the generic item. It's about the one that's been personalized, even slightly. That ritual makes it special.
And Daniel does something similar, but he extends it beyond just the chicken. He talks about pairing it.
Right, the sides matter.
Yeah, for him, grilled chicken goes with rice and some salad. It's not just the protein, it's the whole plate, the structure of the meal.
And this is where it gets really interesting, I think. We move from just ingredients to, well, behavior. Why that specific combination?
Does he say?
He does. He connects that whole meal, the smoky chicken, the rice, the salad, directly to family dinners on weekends.
Oh, wow. Okay, so the food arrangement itself is like a trigger for a social memory?
Exactly. It's an anchor.
So I wonder, if he had that exact same meal, but say alone on a Tuesday, would it taste the same?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Or is that feeling of family dinner the main flavor he's actually tasting?
That's what the sources push us towards. The food becomes symbolic. He's not just describing a recipe, he's describing a tradition.
Okay, so that earlier point from Sarah about simple meals making a day special, it lands differently now. It's like familiarity and consistency in the food and the situation provide a kind of comfort that maybe fancy or complicated food can't.
That's the heart of comfort food, right? It's not just about tasting good. It's food tied to good feelings, repeated positive experiences, those memories.
Context really seems key, and travel definitely provides a huge context shift.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's look at how people talk about food they discovered somewhere else. That experience of finding something new internationally, it seems to force a different kind of description.
Totally. Like Daniel talking about trying pad thai for the first time in Thailand.
Right.
He had to find new words, almost. He described it as spicy, sweet, and so flavorful. It's this like explosion of different tastes hitting all at once. Clearly made an impact.
You can almost taste it from his description.
Yeah.
And Sarah had a similar experience, but with pizza in Italy.
The real Italian pizza.
Yeah. And she focused on authenticity, the ingredients, the texture. She said the cheese was soft and the crust was so thin. It's like that trip set a new gold standard for her.
Mm-hmm. That recalibration happens a lot, doesn't it? You try something where it comes from, and suddenly you're not just talking about liking it, you're talking about, this is the real deal.
Right. This is what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah. And the sources point out, food is different in every country. Experiencing that diversity, it actually changes your internal taste library permanently.
So why do those intense travel flavors or those simple weekend meals stick with us so strongly? This seems to be where childhood comes in.
Yes. And specifically, childhood memories often tie back to one powerful sense. Smell. It's like a direct highway to the brain's memory and emotion centers, the limbic system. That's why food memories feel so vivid, so potent.
Like Sarah talking about her grandmother's apple pie. She doesn't lead with how sweet the apples were.
No, she leads with the trigger. The smell of cinnamon always reminds me of her kitchen. The scent is the memory trigger.
It's the ultimate shortcut. Daniel has something similar, right, with soup.
Yeah, his mom's lentil soup in winter. He calls it warm and full of flavor, perfect on cold nights.
So the memory isn't just the taste. It's linked to the physical feeling of being cold and then getting warm. That contrast.
Exactly. So if we put all these stories together, the big insight for you listening is pretty clear. Food isn't just about how it tastes.
Right.
It's tangled up with emotion, with memory, with context. So when you're describing a favorite food, you're really describing like a 3D experience.
Flavor, smell, and feeling or situation.
Yes. And if you miss one of those elements, the description kind of falls flat, doesn't capture the whole picture.
Okay, that idea of capturing the whole picture brings us to something really practical from the sources, the actual words, the language toolkit.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone listening who maybe struggles to explain why they love a certain food, this vocabulary seems super helpful.
Yeah, and it's not just throwing out generic adjectives like good. We're looking at functional words, words that define a specific texture or a specific kind of flavor.
What did the sources highlight?
They give us 7 really good ones.
Right.
Crispy, juicy, spicy, sweet, savory, tender, and fluffy.
I like that list because it covers textures so well. Crispy for the outside of Daniel's chicken.
While juicy describes the inside.
Right. Fluffy you'd use for like pancakes or maybe rice.
Yep.
Tender for meat that's cooked perfectly. It pushes you past just saying it tastes good.
Exactly. And then there's the more emotional language, too.
Ah, the idioms.
Yeah, the fun ones. The sources mention things like mouth-watering, full of flavor, and that classic finger-licking good.
Right. Those don't just describe the food, do they? They describe your reaction to the food, your enjoyment.
Precisely. They communicate that pleasure instantly. But, just as important as saying what you like.
Is being able to say what you don't like.
What?
Classic.
And the sources show that affective dislike also needs specifics. It's not very helpful to just say, yuck, I hate this.
Okay, so how did Daniel talk about dislikes? He wasn't keen on sushi.
Right. But he didn't just say, I hate sushi. He pinpointed the reason. He can't handle raw fish.
Ah, so it's a texture thing. Or
Sure.
maybe the idea of it.
Probably. And notice he even adds that social bit, acknowledging many people love it. That makes the communication clearer, less like just an attack on the food.
Okay. And Sarah, she had a dislike too.
Yes, very spicy food.
Yeah.
And again, she doesn't just say it's too hot, she describes the physical effect.
What did she say?
My mouth just burns. It focuses on the pain, the sensation, not necessarily the flavor itself being bad.
That's a really good point. A lot of dislikes might be about texture or temperature or that kind of physical reaction rather than the actual taste profile.
Absolutely. So the real takeaway here may be, when you talk about food, liking it or disliking it, the best language connects the sensory detail, what you taste, smell, feel, to the result, the feeling, the physical reaction.
So even if we don't all like the same things.
Right, which we definitely don't.
The sources suggest that trying new food is always an adventure because you're constantly learning about your own preferences, your own sensory world, and those emotional links.
It's a form of self-discovery, really, through eating. #tagoutro.
So we've gone on quite a journey today from a seemingly simple plate of spaghetti all the way to the power of cinnamon from childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's clear that food acts as this incredible connector. It triggers deep memories. And, well, talking about it well requires a pretty rich vocabulary.
Absolutely. And hopefully understanding how Sarah and Daniel talk about their favorites gives you some tools. You can see now how it's all connected. Flavor, texture, smell, and the context or feeling.
Right.
And the best way to make this knowledge stick is, of course, to apply it yourself.
Okay, so we're leaving you with that challenge from the source material. A little reflection exercise.
Yeah, think about your #1 favorite food, the one that just spells comfort or joy for you. Try to really zoom in on that experience.
And the task is?
Describe it, but only in 3 sentences. And here are the rules.
Okay.
Sentence 1, cover its taste and its texture. Be specific.
Got it. Taste and texture.
Sentence 2, capture its distinctive smell and maybe a memory that smell brings up.
Smell and memory. Okay.
And sentence 3, describe how it makes you feel, the emotion it evokes.
Taste, texture, smell, memory, feeling. 3 sentences.
That's it. It forces you to use all those descriptive tools we talked about today.
So really think beyond just, it's delicious. Use those vivid words, savory, crispy, tender, fluffy, whatever fits, and really enjoy articulating the pleasure of your next meal.
Exactly. We hope this gives you some food for thought.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive. We'll catch you next time.